aware of now the government is again rumbling about how they're going to revive the war on drugs. I mean, it was a stupid idea then, and it's even more stupid now. But hey, this government, stupidity are us is kind of their angle on things. So
well, this Jeff Sessions character is real.
We'll see how it goes. I'm not too worried because I think there's going to be so much pushback on this.
Yeah, and that's the other thing about Trump. He seems to be a populist, and if there is too much pushback from that direction, I think he's going to try to avoid that as much as possible.
Yeah.
When they did a recent survey of the United States of how many people think that marijuana should be legal, like recreationally legal, it's in the 60% now, which is for the first time ever.
Yeah, and states have done it, and I just don't think you can... you can't go back to the war on drugs. I mean, it was a miserable failure when it happened. There's, over 40 years, they pounded over $1 trillion down this rat hole. There are more drugs, more kinds of drugs, easier to get, cheaper than ever. So where's the success? And more people in prison as a result of this. So where's the success of the war on drugs?
There's nothing. There's nothing they can point to. It's not like anyone was saved. There's not like...
Right. The problem is that these people, facts don't carry much weight with them. I mean, they're kind of off in their own private ideological fantasies.
Yeah.
And the fact that the war on drugs doesn't work doesn't matter to them. It's like these are bad people who need to be punished. That's their stance on it. It's not about anything other than that.
Yeah, I think that's really important what you just said. These are bad people. I mean, they're really talking in these simplistic terms. That's one thing that Sessions said, that marijuana is not something that good people use.
That's
which is
what
just
he said.
Preposterous. How many grandmas are out there that are listening to this going, what the fuck is this guy talking about? This is crazy.
Well, yeah, it is. And it's clear that, not a jot of reflection or careful thought goes into these kinds of statements. This is what bothers me. I mean, many, many things bother me about Trump, but one of the chief things, one of the major, I guess you could say, flaws in his character among many, but you listen to him talk, you listen to his general thing, and you realize this is not a man who's ever had a reflective thought in his life. There is no there is no inner self. People say, well, just give that man some ayahuasca and that will straighten him out. I don't think so. I think there's, there has to be something inside to straighten out. I mean,
don't you think that maybe I would like to speak to him alone and find out who he really is? I mean, you think when someone's speaking in front of a big group of press or, anytime there's a camera on them, it's really hard to figure out who that person is.
Yes, that's true.
I think being alone with someone would be very illuminating.
I agree. Maybe alone he's different, but he is such a creature of media and television.
Yeah.
This is his
It's
whole
inexorable,
thing.
right?
Yeah. So maybe there is a thoughtful person there, but you sure don't see any evidence of that. And that's unfortunate. I mean, because that's... whatever you can say about Obama, and there's many bad things that, he was not a perfect president. He was very thoughtful, and smart. I'm not so sure Trump is smart. I mean, he's smart in a certain way, but not the way that we need our leaders to be smart, in this age. We need to anyway, we could go on all day about this, and that's not really what we want to talk about.
Yeah, we could go on about this all day, and let's definitely